G'day everyone, it's Curtis here and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. Today I'm unboxing and installing the SRC bash plate onto my Suzuki V-Strom 800DE. Oh, could have used this the other week when I was doing that jibber track, but surprisingly this stock bash plate isn't too bad, but I was very nervous and hesitant going over a lot of obstacles, and I've been dying to get my hands on a bash plate, so thank you SRC for coming through with the goods. Let's open her up. The stock bash plate is probably fine if you're doing basic adventure riding, but I always get really nervous when I don't have one, especially going over those rock crossings and stuff we're doing. You just are asking for trouble if you don't have a bash plate, and engine cases are expensive. All right, let's see what we've got in here. It's pretty light. It's going to be really easy to install, I hope, because it just uses the stock Suzuki bolts on the cradle there. All right, get this out of the way. Here's how it comes, all wrapped up nicely. It is a big unit. Whew. Looks like we've got some bolts in there as well. We'll open her up. Nice wrapping. Remember, all my crash bars and stuff were wrapped really good for my KLR too. All right, what have we got in here? We got some bolts and instructions. I will read them because I haven't read anything. This is the first time I've opened it. I just want to get it on, you know. Oh, we got some stickers. Nice, I like stickers. So that's what we got in the box. Some bolts and spacers. Guessing they want us to use these ones instead. It's just an Allen key. I do much prefer Allen keys. They're very easy and simple to use. So that's what we got there. The instructions are pretty simple to say the least. Got one, we got the bash plate. Two, we got bolts and nuts. Then we got these spacers. I'm guessing the spacers, oh yeah, here we go. It's so simple, they just provided a basic diagram. We got, that's where the spacer is going to have to go, underneath at the front, that is, and then the side ones we won't need them. We'll figure it out as we go. Keen to get this on, hey, like that last ride there was a couple of logs and stuff. I was really hesitant to go over them, and if I got a bash plate, you know, one, it was poor riding from me. I'll put the clip up for that, you know, that one where I fell on D. He tried to catch me in the V-Strom, not a good idea. That's like 90 kilos plus 230. And this will add a lot of confidence for going over logs and stuff like that. All right, let's have a look. Looks amazing. Build quality looks fantastic. I'll bring it up nice and close. You can have a look at the welds and everything. Look at them. Beautiful. SRC written on the front, none on the side, on the side. So that's how it's going to sit on the bike, like that, or like that. This looks fantastic. So we've got the mounts on the front. We've got one there, and then on the Suzuki you've got the one on the side here, and then another on the side there. So it's only 4 bolts. It should be really easy. These bushes will sit on here, and then it screws up onto the cradle. Let's get this old one off, then we'll put the new one on. I had a quick look before I brought the bike up here, but we need a 10mm for the front bolts, and then just an Allen key for the 2 side ones. So let's get them off now. Easy as. Do these 2 sides and I'll show you the other side as well. Then we got this one here on the side. Oh, it was actually a little bit loose. Make sure you check that, everyone. I'm gonna Loctite all these so they should be right. So looking at it, I shouldn't lose any ground clearance, which is good. Okay, that's that on that side. Okay, we've got the one back here. Oh, that was loose, everyone. That's not even finger tight. Then there's this one here at the front. Look at the spanner skills at work here. All right, here it is, the stock bash plate. On the side, it's got 2 rubber grommets here. I'll see if we need to reuse them. So I'll take them out just in case. We'll have a look when we mock it up. Not much to it. It's kind of just a flimsy bit of plastic, but it's done the job so far. Look at it, it's copped a bit of a beating. Let's do a bit of a comparison. Certainly a little bit more weight. I wouldn't say it's heavy at all though. That's like a feather. You can see here, massive difference in protection for the engine there. Huge difference. And on the sides as well, got a lot more protection on the sides here. So overall, definitely a ton more protection at the front and the sides and on the bottom. Let's chuck it on. So I just busted out the GoPro because I think we got some damage under here, guys. You can see that it might be a bit bent in on the front there. We'll mock it up and see, but I might have to bash that out. And it's definitely touching on the exhaust now. I imagine that's supposed to be square. Yeah, we got some bends here, guys. Some definite bends. We're gonna have to get the crowbar out and do some fixing. Come on. Get it from this side. The bike's moving, not so much this. The exhaust is right in the way here, so I can't really get a good purchase on it. Yeah, maybe that'll be a bit better. Just trying to square up the front. It's all bent now. It's like that. It needs to be flat. Let's have a look at the front. All right, the front's pretty bad, to be honest. It's got a long way to move. Hey, we've got a fair bit there. So the cradle, everyone, definitely not designed for what it was doing. Well, in conjunction with that stock bash plate anyway, because it just took all the hits. And hopefully this nice solid one will fix that up. I reckon that's going to be pretty bloody good. I'll try and mock it up and we'll see if we can get the bolts to go in. If not, more crowbar time. All right, let's try and get this front one here. The side one I bent a little bit more, so it should be right, I reckon. Oh, it's nowhere near close, everyone. I'm struggling to bend this bolt hole into place, guys, and there's a massive storm coming in, so I'm gonna have to pack up and come back a bit later and try again. All right, we are back for take 2, everyone. That storm rolled in yesterday and everything was just bent out of shape with the engine cradle, so I couldn't actually install it. So last night and this morning, I spent that bending everything back into shape, well, as close as I could get it. So this side one here was bent in, I've bent that back out, and then on the left-hand side and the front of the cradle, that was really mangled and it's still not in the best of shape, but it's reasonably square. I'll come around and show you with the GoPro in a sec. But I've straightened it out and I've had to use a longer bolt as well to get it to reach on that left-hand side, just because it's still pushed in and at a weird angle. Trust me guys, I've struggled with it for a couple of hours and it's as good as I'm going to get it. It really is probably the easiest job you will do on this bike. It's 4 bolts. It's a really good design for putting one on. Just don't do what I did and bend the hell out of it without a bash plate on. Hopefully now we've got that bash plate on, or when I put it on, it'll stop any future damage to the cradle and look, honestly, it's pretty rock solid. I was bending it with a crowbar and lifting up the rear wheel. So it's solid. It just, the riding we were doing, you got myself is 90 kilos and then the bike 230 kilos, then luggage in the back. So what do you got there? 330 kilos coming down on top of rocks. Something's going to give eventually. So we'll chuck this on, enough waffling, I'll chuck this on. And hopefully it's pretty easy to get those bolts in at the front. We'll see. We'll manage. So for reference, this is the other bolt I found, and that's compared to the other one. So it's only slightly longer, but that should allow me to get that bit of purchase. You won't need to do that. These bolts should fit just fine. It just, you know, because I bent everything, that I'm going to need a longer bolt. It's just a standard thread, so we'll see how we go. It is different. It's a hexagonal head, whereas this is the Allen key, but yeah, that'll be right, is what it is. It's actually going to be a little bit tricky because you have to put this spacer on here on both sides and then screw it in, so you have to do them both at the same time. So it'd be a lot easier with 2 people. By myself, it's going to be a test, everyone, that's for sure. Put that on my leg. Already dropped it out. You can't really see what you're doing behind the stuff. I might go to this one first. No! Apologies to SRC, my bash plate, due to fiddling with it so much, it's got a bit scratched up, but that's all right. It's going to literally be hitting rocks for a living, so if you can, I recommend 2 people for sure. Oh, I had it. Got it. Got it, everyone. All right, this one too. We got there. Okay, now we put this one in, which is also bent in a bit, but it should fit fine. There we go. So I'm just going to do these up really loose till I get it all square. So I've had to loosen off the other side to get this one in, but now it's in fine. Don't forget your Loctite, everyone, which I did, and now I'm redoing all the bolts. It's all installed, let's have a look. Looks pretty trick, everyone. Fits great with the rad guard protector as well, so nothing's getting in the front, that's for sure. Come around the side here, very nice. Here's the top down view, come down to the front, and here it is from underneath, and we'll sweep around. And here's how it looks from this side. Looks fantastic if you ask me. Sitting up nice and snug there too. A cool thing I noticed is, if we come back here, it's got a spot there for your hoses to go down to. All right, everyone, here it is all installed. It is absolutely rock solid. I'm very happy with the build quality and how sturdy it is. I gave it a few kicks with the steel caps before, and it is rock solid. The install should be really simple if nothing is bent. I highly recommend putting one of these on before you do some serious off-road riding, or you have the same problem I did where it bends and twists the engine cradle here, which makes it quite tricky to install. I took a long time straightening it all out, and it was a pain in the ass, to be honest. So make sure you put one of these on before you do any serious off-road riding. Very happy with the build quality. Welds look fantastic. The fit and finish is nice. You know, SRC, they always do good products. I'm really happy with it. If you've got any questions about the SRC bash plate, put them in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. I'll put a link to SRC Adventure Moto as well. That's the Australian distributor for SRC. Get a hold of Tony if you need a bash plate. He'll look after you. I think they're about 440 to 450 Australian dollars, which is a good price, I think, for what you're getting, especially when the Suzuki one is very expensive, and this comes with all the mounting hardware as well. All right, if you haven't, make sure you check out my other content. Hit that subscribe button and keep it on the back wheel. Catches.